I'm Denyse with Artist at Heart Paint Party. You have to customize it. Make something that you like. Make it personal to you. However that is. Oh! That's so cute! I love his little hat. You could be painting your bunny in. So this is a pretty spring bunny, and I think that nice, lighter, softer colors look really nice for spring pastel. As big or as small as you want it.
Hey, Nisi.
Hey, Rach.
Can you slow down a little bit?
Sure thing. Actually, I thought it was almost looking like a butterfly, but I thought it would be cool, and I had an apple today, so I saved the core.
That's great.
I wasn't sure if it would work or not, but I thought I'd give it a try.
Yeah, I really like that you're reusing the material that might not seem to have a purpose. It might have otherwise been thrown out.
Right. Hi, you guys. I'm Denyse with Artist at Heart, and I am so excited to be here with you guys tonight. Today we are going to do rock painting, and we're going to make some turtles. So you can just watch, or maybe you have rocks. I hope you were able to find some rocks, different sizes. They look really cute in the garden. So I want to share with you what's in the box. All right, did you guys see I got an Amazon delivery today? And thank you, Helen Lynn. She suggested that I leave my Amazon driver one of my paintings, and I did, and he was so happy. So I posted the video. I asked him permission if I could video him, and I posted it on the Artist at Heart page, but you guys can check it out later. And anyway, warm up your hands. I can't wait to show you guys what I got in the box today. So I have here some multi-surface paint. This is awesome. You guys, I use this all the time. It's acrylic, so you can use it on canvas, but you can use it on glass. You can use it on terracotta, right? So you can use it. That's why it's called multi-surface, and it won't come off. So this is fantastic stuff. So I'm going to use this today to paint my rocks like turtles. And again, that's what I would recommend. If you have regular acrylic paint, you can always seal it with an acrylic spray sealer so it doesn't wash off or fade or chip or anything like that. So I have set up a second camera today. Oh, I'm high tech. Actually, Jim is behind the scenes helping me. Thank you, Jim. So I have another view, and you guys can see how I'm going to paint my my rocks today. So you guys can use any paint brushes that you have. I would say, if you have really big rocks, use a bigger brush. And if you have little rocks, use a littler brush, right? So let's go over. Oh, and I want you guys to think about this while we're going to create can you guys think of some famous turtles? Do you know of any famous turtles? I can tell you my favorite famous turtles, the Ninja Turtles, right? You guys, those are my favorite. Can you name them? Do you know that all 4 Ninja Turtles are named after famous artists? Did you know that? So figure it out. Let's see who can tell me who the famous Ninja Turtles are. What are their names? Franklin. I don't think that's not Franklin, but that's a good guess. I don't think Franklin's one of those famous artists. Let me give you a hint. Leonardo. Do you guys know Leonardo? Michelangelo? All right, so that's just, again, I want you guys to think about this. We're going to make this fun. Think about songs by the Turtles. I want you guys to think of famous turtles. Oh, thank you for clarifying that. Got it. Okay, now I understand. Donatella, yes, Raphael, you got it. Thank you. I am so sorry that I confused the Franklin. I thought I know Franklin. Thank you. Yeah, you get an A. That's like an A+. Stellar. You named all 4. That's fantastic. Woo. All right, so let's go to our other camera. Ready for high tech now, you guys? This doesn't happen often. So, all right, look at that. So I have my styrofoam plate with all my stuff on it, right? I'm going to put my folk art paint. You don't need a lot of that, you guys. I'm going to put a little bit of paint on the plate, and you guys use any colors that you want. So, and they don't expect them to always come out perfect. Let me show you real quick before we flip over full screen. I got these today, you guys. So these are paintbrushes that are a little bit smaller. I already opened them. I cheated just to get a head start. But look at it. It's got like a pouch with a zipper, which I thought was pretty cool. for messy people like me, but these are more fine tipped brushes versus this one. So these all-purpose one, right? See how much bigger they are? This is better for rock painting because we need smaller brushes for details, okay? So these are awesome. And another one of my favorite products. Okay, you guys, these are fantastic too. So these are oil-based Sharpie markers, and they come, I like the broad tip and then the fine tip. I have to be honest with you guys, these eyes that I did here, let's see, let me do this. I used the Sharpie marker. Okay, so let's go to this camera. Let's go to the, that's my cell phone. Yay. All right, so you're gonna hear me, but you're not gonna see me. So I have my rocks here. Now you guys can cover them with a white coat, especially if you have dark rocks. You can use, look, I'm gonna cheat. I'm just gonna put the paint right on the rock, okay? You can put it on your styrofoam plate. Or you can put it on a plastic palette, whatever you have. You guys, I saw that they have plastic palettes with covers so your paint doesn't dry out. How fantastic is that? All right, let's use one of those new brushes. I took the pack out. No, I don't know where I put it because that's how organized I am. All right, let's just grab another brush. Okay, so look, I am just gonna paint this white, and it's just almost like a primer. Now, rocks are porous, which means it's gonna soak up that paint. So as soon as you squirt it on there or on your plate, spread it out. And it dries because it's porous, it dries super quick. And the reason why I'm priming it or covering it with white is just so my color is going to show up better. Now, you don't have to. You can paint the color directly on the rock, but it might need a few coats, especially if you want it to be bright and vibrant. And you guys, this paint is washable, okay? So don't worry about your fingernails. I did see someone doing an art project the other day and they had plastic blue gloves on. I thought, oh, that's smart. But I don't mind getting dirty, again, because it washes right off. So look at, there's a coat. And I don't want to flip it over until it dries, which literally will be in a couple minutes. Now, to do a turtle, you're going to need one big rock. Mine's about the size of a baked potato, okay? And then you're going to need another one for the head. So there's the body. I'll put it here. There's my head. Oh, great. I have 3 legs. Wait. Yeah, I need one more for my legs. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3. We'll use this one. 4. I already painted one side of that, so you got a head, right? And then your 4 arms. Now, I'm just going to, again, because I have the paint here, I'm going to coat them all so it all ends up looking similar, like it goes together. That rock is almost dry, that quick. And it only needs 1 coat of white. So just paint it on there. And again, it's because it's a rock, a real rock, right? It's porous. If it's a fake rock or plastic, it's going to take longer because it's not going to absorb it. Now, you don't have to make a turtle. You could do a design. You can make a mandala. You can do one big rock and make the whole turtle on the one big rock. So you don't have to have all these little parts. Now, I know some people like to hot glue these things together, which if you're going to do that, paint it first and then hot glue it together. I'm not going to. And if you're going to lay it in your garden, you guys, you don't have to paint the whole thing. Now, some of these I did paint the front and the back, but let's see if I did this one. Nope. Look at this one. I didn't. So it's totally up to you. If you like the front, like this one, I thought, oh, that's a messy one, right? They're not all perfect, but what could I do? Well, I could paint over it, or I could flip it over and try it again on the back side, right? So if you love the way the front came out, again, if it's going to go in your dirt garden, like I thought, oh, that one looks better. And it was my second one I did. So the first one I did was much messier. So if I know that I like the front, you don't have to do the back, right? Save your paint. Or you could do the whole thing. Totally up to you. All right, so now I got my rocks covered with white. So what did we say? We really need a big one for the body, one for the head. So we have 4 or 5. We have 6 pieces, right? Let me move this over so you can see it more. All right, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I forgot to paint that one. 6. So yeah, I posted it. It's a palette. It's a white circular palette, but it has a snap lid on it. So if you don't use all your paint, it'll stay. It won't dry out. I thought that was brilliant. Whoever thought of that. Or you can use your. Oh, go ahead, Jim.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Blendana wants to know, what type of paint are you using on the rocks?
Right now, I am using multi-surface, and it's called Wicker White. So it's indoor, outdoor, dishwasher safe. I don't expect you guys to put your rocks in the dishwasher, but that's what I'm using. Folk art, and it's multi-surface. So that way it's going to stick. It's not going to come off. It's not going to chip. Okay. So that's what I'm using. And the reason why I'm doing white is I want my color. It's almost, I'm using it like a primer. If you guys have a can of primer at home, you can use that. Okay, so you don't have to use the multi-surface, but definitely use the multi-surface to paint your rock. So then I want you guys to think about what color you want your rocks to be. I think the cutest one came out, so I'm going to show you the blue and white one. Okay, oh, wow. So that's, yeah, so that's just, I painted it white, and then I just did these shapes in blue over it. Okay, or green on top of, and I'm going to tell you guys the color. The base color is lime green, and then these are true green. Okay, but you can use any colors you want to. So that's my favorite color combo. And again, I didn't even bother painting the back, but if you don't like the way it came out, flip it over and do it again. Okay, so what I want you guys to do is this, I would use this as your base if you want. Again, you can do any color combo you want. So this is, again, folk art multi-surface. You guys, this dried already. Okay, look at that, it's dry. So if you want to do both sides, flip it over and do your other side, or stay on the front. Now, if you don't have this lime green, do you know how you would make this color? And look, it's the white's mixing in there a little bit, but I still like it. So it's going to lighten it. You see that? I could be patient and wait a little bit longer, but I don't mind it getting a little bit lighter because it's going to give contrast to the darker green on top of it. I'll show you guys another one I did that's a little bit lighter. So if you want it to be a lighter green, just add more white to it. And it's a rock, you guys. There's like little divots in it, so make sure you get in all those little cracks. Paint around the side, and if you want to paint the back, paint the back. See, I got these little rivets. You know what? I didn't say this, but I should say it just to make sure you guys know. Wash your rocks first. I think you guys know that. I just want to make sure.
I didn't know that.
All right. I meant to say it. Whether you buy them or you get them in your yard or you find them in the woods, wash them off. They dry, again, they dry really, really quick. So, but you want to get all that, whatever's on there, the dust, the dirt, moss, whatever you find on your rock, you don't want to, paint over that because that might make the paint come off. So if it's dirty, the paint could come off sooner. So just rinse it off and then let it dry for a couple minutes. Sorry, should have started with that. Now, look, I want to show you guys the difference between a couple of these rocks. Look at the difference. So these two. This one is just the regular lime green. And then this one, oh, I know there's a close-up of my fingers, you guys. So maybe I should get some blue rubber gloves. But look at this one. So this is just a little bit of white. So this is the lime green, and this is the lime green plus the white. So it depends on how dark, bright, or light you want to make it. These are going to be the legs. So that's why they have little polka dots on them. With my new tool, ooh, I got to show you guys that too. So that's what I want you to do. So right now, that's my body. And again, mine is about the size of a potato, a small baked potato. Well, small for me. Maybe it's large for you. But I would say that rock is probably 4 inches. So 3.5 to 4 inches. Now let's do, again, so we have, I don't even know if they call them arms and legs on turtles. Maybe they have a more exotic name. Did you guys come up with any more turtle stuff? As I'm painting this?
I would think they're just called legs.
Okay, arms and legs?
Yeah, no arms, just legs, like a
Oh,
dog.
4 legs?
Yeah.
Okay, so they don't have arms. Okay,
Just
good to know.
Just like dogs and cats, I think.
Okay. I really never thought about it until now. All right, so there's one. There's 2 legs, right? Here's his head. I have to start thinking about a name for my rocks. How about, well, we could do Raphael. This could be Raphael, right? Raphael the rock turtle. Why not? And you know what, you guys, it doesn't have to go outside. You can always just keep it inside. If you have a cool plant, maybe you could put it inside the plant. All right, so now we need both of these. So look, you guys, I think this was this one. Oh no, that's one of my heads. I like that head. All right, I don't want to paint over that one. I could just use, here, I'll use one of the legs I made before. So this is, and look, I'm getting white paint over it. So this is what you do when you make a mistake. You paint over it, okay? So this stuff is really opaque. So now I'm just gonna let it dry. That'll be one of my other legs. Got one more over here. Okay. So I got these tools. Wait till I show you guys. Oh, I'm so excited. This is another new little thing I got today. What's in the box? What came in my Amazon box today, you guys? This is super cool. Okay. These are actually, you guys, I'm going to make you guess. Do you know what these are? Even though they're cool and pretty and they come in a little plastic thing, you know what these are? And they're double-ended, and there's another one around here somewhere that I was actually painting. Here it is. Guess what these are, you guys? So cool. Okay, I decided to get them for this project because we're going to do more dotting projects coming up. We're doing Impressionists next week, and no one knows what those are. I see Eileen says no. I'm going to tell you what they are. Guess what? You know what? These are nail tools that people that do nails create those very intricate little designs with these. And so, but they're dotting tools. And I am going to use these tools to make perfect little dots on the rocks, okay? And because they're little, and again, they're double-sided, so they're because there's 5 of them and they're double-sided, there's 10 different size dots, okay? So let's put those down. Plus they're pretty, right? Now I don't do nails and I can't come up with any intricate nail designs, but I can do my turtles dots. So let's start with the body. Now I want you guys to use a smaller brush for your design. And again, I want you to look at, that could be one of your designs. Oh, Jim, I have some pictures of turtles. I want to show you guys some shell designs. There's some different ways you guys can make your designs on your shell. Oh, isn't that cool? That's again, there's blues. You guys can use blues and light blues and turquoise blues. I'm gonna open up this set of paintbrushes. Look at that guy. Oh my gosh. Look at all those dots. And you see the contrast? That's how you can see the design so well, because it's contrasting colors. So look at that. That's so cool. Now I'm using more kind of cartoony colors, right? Because it's fun. Look at those claws, okay? Those are some sharp nails. I think he needs a nail polish job with some dots and designs and maybe even some rhinestones. He could use some bling, huh?
Yeah.
All right, so now look at it. I found my brush while you guys were looking at pictures. So this is from the set, and I'm using, it's a little bit of a smaller brush, and I'm just gonna, you guys can do, let me just, like a hexagon shape if you want, but it's hard. So okay, you gotta, it's better with those Sharpie markers, but that would be like a stop sign, right? I think a stop sign is a hexagon shape. So you could, does that kind of, and I would re-outline it once it's dry with those Sharpie markers. But I'm going to do my more just basic shapes like this because it's easier. That way I don't have to make it look like so much like a hexagon. Then I'm just going to do, I'm going to leave a little space, almost like a brick. If you guys were doing bricks, right? I'll leave a little space in between. Do another one. So I'm using a darker green. You guys can use any color you want to. Again, you just want to have contrast so it shows up. I used a really dark green before and I thought it was too dark, especially on camera. You could see, can you guys even see that? It was really, really dark, like a hunter green. So I decided to use the regular green on top of it so that it showed up better and it didn't look black. So again, if you make a mistake, you guys, this is awesome stuff because you could just paint right over it. Just let it dry. All right, let's do another one here. And then you can add your side designs. You can put, you know, and your design could totally be different than mine. And it's non-toxic, which is very important. Now, the sealer that I showed you guys before, that'll give it a like a clear glossy coat. If you want to do that, I would definitely use that spray outside or if you have all your windows open, but it's really meant to be sprayed with a lot of ventilation. And again, that would just give you a very shiny finish. Let's see, I'll do another one over here. And you guys can go all the way around, right? I'm going to move these rocks. You can go all the way down. So think about who's going to see your rock. Is it going to be in the dirt? Do you have to go all the way down to the bottom? You know, you're going to probably push it down on the dirt a little bit. So do the side if you want. I was thinking, oh, this would be cool in an aquarium. No, it wouldn't. This is not made for an aquarium. It would probably poison whatever was living in your aquarium. I would not recommend putting this in anything like that. It would be cute, but unless your aquarium is completely empty and you're just creating all your own things. Like fake fish and fake turtles, a fake shark. All right, so there is, again, the body. My head is still drying because I want to show you guys how to do the eyes. And I'm going to use that Sharpie marker, but you can always use a really fine paintbrush and some black. But I have to tell you guys, so I don't have great fine motor control. So I just use that black oil-based Sharpie to do the face. And to me, that looks like a snake, doesn't it? But when you put it on the turtle's body, then it looks like a turtle. Okay, now we get to use the fun little dotting tools. So I'm going to use the blue one. This is the one I was using before. And it's got a little tip that's round. And all I'm going to do is, I better show you guys. And you can pick a different color if you want to. You see my green paint that I have on the plate? So I'm going to dip it in there. Okay, just a little dot. imagine doing that to someone's fingernails. I can't even imagine. So watch what I'm going to do. I'm just going to dot, dot, dip and dot. Oop, that one's got a lot of dip. Don't overpaint it. Dot, 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 dot. Now, if you don't have these tools, what else could you use? If you don't, how would you do that? I mean, it would be challenging if you use the bristle of the paintbrush, right? But what you could do is use the handle of your paintbrush. It's just going to be larger. I'll show you the difference. So this is the handle of the paintbrush I just used. I'm going to dip it in the green paint. Dot, dot, dot. So it's slightly larger, right? But it of course will still work. Dot, 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 dip and dot. But definitely use the smallest paintbrush you have for these dots, because look at how big they are. I think, again, depends on how big your rock is. So you can use the handle of your paintbrush or go back to this little tool. And it's in the carousel. It says, I think it's called nail art, but I'd like to call it painting dots. So the way I'm going to do this is all 4 of the turtle's legs, right, are going to be dots. You could do black, you could do white. I'm doing regular green on top of the lime green, so it has contrast. You could use yellow. It doesn't have to be perfect. Now this, because we're adding these dots, adding a little dimension, it's going to take a little bit longer for the dots to dry because it's thicker. So don't touch it for a while. When we brush on paint, you're adding a thinner coat, right? So the thinner coat dries quicker. The thicker coat takes a little bit longer. I definitely think people that do the nail art are very talented. Because again, the smaller you work, the harder it is. So the smaller you go, the more fine motor it takes. That's why when I'm doing paint parties for the first time with people who have never painted, I usually use a large canvas, like 16 by 20, because the bigger you work, the easier it is. The tinier you work, the more challenging it is. So this is giving the arms again, the legs some texture, right? Making it a little more interesting. Now my head is, so it must be pretty humid out. You guys, humidity also has something to do with how quick things dry. So if it's more humid, there's more moisture in the air and it takes longer to dry. But I do want, so I'm going to set this guy. Oh, I have a blow dryer up here somewhere. I could blow dry it. If you guys have a blow dryer handy, you can always blow dry your stuff. So look, I just want to show you guys. So there's an example, even though they're still wet, of one of my turtles, right? Then I have this other guy over here. They could be friends. So we have, what did we decide their names were? I forgot. So we got 1 leg, 2 legs, 3 legs, 4 legs. This guy needs a head. Here's a head. It's like a puzzle. There's his face, but I'm going to show you how to do that face. Okay, so, and here's my blue face. I didn't like my blue one as much. See, I made a mistake, so I did it again on the other side. Again, just roll it over because you guys, only one side's going to show. So if you make a mistake, which I do all the time, just roll it over and do it again. Let it dry though, so you don't end up like this with paint all over the place. Okay, so what do I want to do next? I want to show you guys how to make the eyes. So, you know what I could do? Why don't I do this? I'm going to make it big. I'm going to do it. This is going to be a giant turtle head. How about that? So you can see it easier, and I could show you how to do it because it's dry. And I don't want to ruin my marker. So you guys, these are awesome. Okay, this is Sharpie. This is the black one. And this is an oil-based Sharpie. It will not come off. So it'll come off of your skin and your nails, but it's still permanent. So be careful with it. And you have to kind of get it juicy. So I'm just kind of pushing it down to get it juicy. And this tip that I'm using, this is the medium point. That was the pack. I think I showed you guys it. This is the medium point, okay? This one is the fine point. So I like the medium point. I tend to use this one more. It just depends, again, how big or how small you want it. And let's see. Okay, let me show you how to do the eyes. So this is going to be my turtle head, my giant turtle head. Let's do this side. So you want to do it like a football. So I'm going to do an arched line like that. And then upside down. So it's like an almond shape or a football shape. And then I'm going to put a little baby circle inside of it. And I'm going to color this part in black. And this stuff dries almost instantly. It's amazing. And it really doesn't smell. So I'm going to give it an eyebrow.
Now, is that where it's different than regular Sharpies? Like, do regular Sharpies smell and the oil-based doesn't?
I do think regular Sharpies do smell, and I definitely wouldn't use like a whole bunch of them at the same time, like in a classroom. These definitely have less of a smell. Even I've had a whole room full of people doing projects with these, and it's fine, but it's much more permanent than a regular Sharpie. So I use these on my wine glasses, on the terracotta pot, and on the rocks, and it's not going to come off. So it's better than a Sharpie because like if I did a regular black Sharpie on a wine glass and washed it, it would come off. It might not come off the first time, but it will come off eventually. Okay, so now I'm just putting another eyeball on. So it's like an almond shape or a football shape. Put a baby circle in there and leave it green. Color the background in black. Another eyebrow. And you could always do those little circles white if you want to. We got to give them some, I'm going to call them nostrils. Right? So there's some nostrils. I want that. So look, you go out of the line a little bit, and you make a mistake, you just make it a little bit bigger to fix it. And if you want to do all of your designs in the Sharpie marker, you can do that too. It would just take a while to color the whole thing, but you could easily do, let's just say I want to do my designs on my head. I'm just going to show you guys. I could just draw them out with my Sharpie and maybe paint them in. So these would just be more designs on the rocks. And again, you can easily color it in if you don't like to paint or you don't, right? You can just use the Sharpie.
Chris says it looks like an alien.
It does look like an alien. So look, you guys, I thought so too. I thought it looked like a snake, but it does look like an alien. So, because the eyes are so big, we can kind of stretch them out a little bit, make them more pointy. I thought the same thing when I was doing it, but when it's attached to the body, doesn't it look like a turtle? Once you add it, because remember, you're going to be looking at it from like above, right? So if you guys look at my turtle here, it looks like a turtle, but I agree with you. It looks like an alien. I'm not offended by that at all. I thought the same thing. But once it's attached to the body, don't you think that turtles in general look kind of alienish? Especially those giant sea turtles that swim that are as big as people or bigger. I mean, so here, let's turn this head up like this. Like, look at this guy. So this guy's eyes are a little bit more round, not quite as alienish, right? They're a little bit smaller. But you guys got to think too, once it's attached and you have the whole turtle together, right? And maybe it's kind of like a puzzle. Maybe he needs a bigger head. Well, all right, let's put the alien head. This is going to be fun. Let's put the alien head on this body, right? Way too big. That's like a dinosaur. Okay, no. So it's like a puzzle. You have to figure out which rocks. This wouldn't be bad, right? That rock wouldn't be bad on there for a head. Let's try this one. It's just not dry yet. So let's go back to that one. Ooh, and what about that turtle picture with those claws, right? You guys can always add claws to your turtle. This one's white. This one's longer. Oh, yeah, look at those claws. Oh my gosh. We should put some nail art on that thing. You guys want to add bling to your turtles? You can always add some rhinestones. Let's put this one over here too. So I'm just kind of interchanging my pieces. I know that they have little tails too, but that's just way too big for a tail. Oh, maybe I can use this baby rock. Yeah, let's push this guy up. So again, when you guys, all right, don't say what that looks like. I know what you're thinking. But when you put it together, again, you can hot glue it, but I wouldn't because it's probably going to come apart. So just lay it wherever you want it. And again, play with it so that, you know, it looks like, you know how sea turtles are when they're swimming and they're, all right, and this guy, let's finish painting him just so he doesn't look so much like an alien. And it's the black too. So I could just paint right over that Sharpie with the green. It'll soften it up a little. It'll soften the look of it up. So getting rid of that harsh black line. And that, not just black, but the white Sharpie is very opaque. So I could paint over any color with that, the white, and it'll show up. I do want to show you guys the wine glass too. And you know what? We're going to do wine glasses coming up because it's one of the most popular things that I do. And it's really very, very easy. You just got to have the right stuff. It still looks like an alien, doesn't it? So what could I do? What could I do if I hate that face? Because it looks like an Egyptian alien. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Oops, that's the wrong color. I was about to use the darker green. Look, I'm going to erase it. How am I going to erase it? I'm going to paint over it. Then I got to let it dry. Bye-bye. Okay, there. So if you don't like it, you paint over it, right? Anything, and you know what, you guys, let's just do this. Ooh, that looks kind of cool. Do you know how many things I do that are mistakes that I just fix? Like, okay, you know what? I didn't like the way that came out. So what do? You paint over it and then let it dry and start again. I'm not gonna waste my rock or my paint. Maybe I just do this one different, right? Okay, so I'm going to set that aside. Let me show you guys, let's see, one more thing. All right. These are, again, just a different surface. So you guys, these are wine glasses. This is multi-surface paint. It will not come off. All you have to do is wait 2 weeks to wash it. And again, the paint says it's dishwasher safe. I always tell people hand wash anything hand painted, but this is permanent. Okay. These are done with all Sharpie markers. Okay. So this is all Sharpie designs. And I wanted to show you guys how cool and it's not, again, where'd it go? I lost my Sharpie. Oh, there it is. Okay. So again, it's not a regular Sharpie. A regular Sharpie looks like this. Okay. This is a regular Sharpie. which is a permanent marker, but not if you're going to, be drinking out of your glass or something that's going to go in the garden because it's going to wash off. But look at how easy this is. Because you have much more control, right? So you can outline. And I'll show you more wine glass stuff, but I just want to show you guys how cool this paint is and these markers because you can use it on any surface. So anybody have any questions other than about my alien? So we have Raphael. This is Raphael, the rock turtle. Thanks, Sherry. Sherry says those are so cute. So thanks, Sherry. And what about the rock? What about the rock actor? So, hey, Jim, could you pull up the other camera again?
Sure.
Cool.
You want to go
All
both
right.
cameras or just you?
Leave up the turtles for a couple minutes, I guess.
Yeah.
So, all right, you guys. So this is, again, something that I have done a lot of. Great for parties, right? You can paint the bottom, and I'll talk more about that. If you guys want to do a paint party, that's why I always put the berets. I've done paint parties for, showers and bachelorettes. So adults, and like sometimes they want to do it as a favor where everybody wears a beret and they come like in all these different colors. So, wait, hold on one second. I'm going to grab them. They're right here. So I actually like to change the colors of my berets, but look at this. They're so fun. And again, it's a great favor if you're having a group of people over and everybody could wear a beret. Also, an apron. If you're using the multi-surface paint, definitely be careful of your clothing. If you get it on there, wash it out right away within 24 hours. It takes about 24 hours for it to set. So if you got it on carpeting or your clothing and you're not wearing a paint shirt, wash it out today. Don't worry about your fingernails or your skin because it comes off of that stuff. What else do I want to tell you guys?
Well, we do have a question. Would Posca paint markers also work good on the glasses?
Yes. The Sharpie ones? Is that what you said?
Yeah, they call them Posca paint markers, right?
I don't know what Posca paint markers are. Do I have Posca paint markers?
I don't see them. We'll have to look for that.
I'll check it out as long as it's like these are oil-based Sharpies. So I would have to look to see, again, the oil-based Sharpies are permanent immediately. So if I were going to take that cup that I just showed you, that glass, and put it in my dishwasher and wash it, it would not come off. If I did it with the paint and I didn't wait 2 weeks, the paint would come off. So the paint, the multi-surface paint takes 2 weeks to set. And then the Sharpie markers are instant. So I'm not sure about the other markers. I'll look it up and read what it's made for. So I'll let you know about that one. But again, these oil-based Sharpie markers are amazing and they work on everything. I just know that. So I have a ton of them. Again, when I do events on different surfaces, they can work on glass plates and plastic and wine glasses and terracotta pots. So this terracotta pot also was done with the multi-surface paint, and then the details, because I don't have that great a fine motor, I added the details with the black oil-based. You can see it's got a little shine to it, right? You can see it because they are glossy, and that's again a little white paint I just got on there, but who cares? So I guess that's about it. Jim, can you think of anything else? Did I forget anything?
No, I think you got everything. I know, like you said, next week we're going to have a wine glass painting party on Thursday, right?
Yes, and you guys, I posted it, and the products are tagged to it, and it's really simple. So wine glasses, whether they're plastic, whether they have a stem or they're stemless, it doesn't matter. I use, and I'm going to teach you guys that now, the eraser of a pencil to make these polka dots. You can use something else, okay? If you want, I'm going to practice too with those tiny little dot tools to put some tiny little ones on there too, but it's super easy, super fun, and it's a great way to make like each wine glass different. So you could do like different color schemes. So when everyone comes over, they get a different glass. Also a fun project to do with your friends. Everyone can make a wine glass. So you guys think outside the box. What's in the box? I think I told you everything that was in the box today. did I talk about the solo cups? I know I had a white one around here somewhere, but these are also really good to put your paint in. If you guys have these little individual 2-ounce cups, you guys can always squirt your paint in there and then put the cap on it and save it for later so you don't waste your paint. Wrap your plate with aluminum foil, or try that palette that has the lid that snaps on. So does anybody have any questions for me? And again, I'm not even going to show you guys. So if I were going to spray this on my rocks, again, it would just seal it. It's good for outdoors, but I would not want to spray it in my house. I don't want to spray it in my house. So it's non-yellowing, which means it won't change the color of whatever it is that you're spraying. This is great for the rocks. Don't use it on the glass, okay? Just for the rocks. It's good for artwork too. Oops. All right, you guys. So check out next week. Next Thursday, we're going to do Paint and Sip. So we're going to start it at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Next Thursday, I believe it's April 29th. Yes. So you can use any glasses that you have. You can buy wine glasses. You can invite your friends. We're going to have fun. We'll do a little sipping along the way as well. So thank you guys for watching. Okay. And if you have any questions for me, feel free to email me, text me, message me. I'm Artist at Heart Paint Party on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram. And then my website also has lots of different ways you can get a hold of me. So thank you for joining me. Kelly Noon, adorable. Thank you, Kelly. So now's the time where I got to get out the, sometimes you guys, I use the Mr. Clean Erase things for my hands, but soap and water does a great job too. Hey, Danny. Hi, Dana. Hi, Sherry and Eiley. I'm giving a shout out to everyone that I can see. Blendina, yeah. So that's awesome. Danny's been creating with me since last March, right, Danny? So it's awesome, you guys. I thank you so much for watching and creating with me. And I'll see you guys next week, okay?
All right. Let's see you next week.
Bye, you guys.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, we're good?